Hi guys, welcome back to The Wait Unfolded. As you already know by now, my name's Izzy, and today I am joined by the amazing Katie from Kerry. I don't know why I nearly said Claire there, but so welcome to the show, Katie.
Hi.
Do you want to introduce yourself for the people that may not know you?
Hi, my name is Katie Walsh and I'm 14 and I'm from Kerry.
And so what's it like down there at the moment?
The weather's actually really good today, which isn't great for me. With my visual impairment, I'm very sensitive to like light and heat,
Mhm.
so I'm kind of hibernating at the moment from the heat.
So the heat wave wasn't that great for you then?
No, definitely not. Definitely, I just kind of was hiding inside for that.
Yeah, the whole period. Is it meant to be over now, or are we getting another one?
I'm not sure, but I know that this week is very hot in Kerry. Well, it's not like as hot as it was during the heat wave, but it's kind of early mid 20s.
Oh, I
Yeah, so
wonder why that is. Like, there's so different temperatures in different places.
yeah, because my uncle and stuff is actually in Clare at the moment, and they said it's freezing up there, so it's very
Hmm.
funny.
It's mid temperatures here because obviously we're near the ocean.
Yeah.
So what have you been up to this week? What have you done?
Um, Well, we're actually minding my cousin's dog at the moment,
Oh,
Snowball, because my cousin is on holidays and he's a small little white Pomeranian. So
oh.
so we mind him while he's away. So we picked him up yesterday, so we're kind of just he's with us for a few days. So like me and my friend took him for a walk this morning and just playing with him because he's really cute.
Do you have any pets of your own, or is?
No, I think like I used to live on a farm, but like that was kind of close I got to having pets.
Mm.
But I think it's nice though, kind of babysitting or dog sitting Snowball while my cousin is on holidays because it's like, you have him for a few days and everything's so exciting and then like, it's not like he doesn't get
Mm.
sick of you and you don't get sick of him because
Mm.
it's only like a week max.
It's kind of, I guess, this is the way you convince your like whoever is there to get a pet, or this could be your testimony.
Yeah, because like say to like your mom was like, oh my God, I'm so good with the dog.
Mm. So, would your siblings be good with the dog as well, or is it like a
Oh
team effort?
yeah, it's definitely a team effort. Like my sister loves Snowball. Like I took him for a walk this morning and then she took him for a walk this evening, like with our friends and stuff. And we're
Oh.
like trying we literally be fighting over him sometimes, like it's like, it's my turn now, kind of.
And obviously, Pomeranians, they're very playful because they're so small,
Oh yeah.
so they're
Yeah,
chatty.
he's so full of life. He's very tired. He's in the other room next door, but he's very tired now because he's been being played with all day, so he's like exhausted now.
They're probably not used to it either. A bunch of energy, bunch of.
Yeah, like having so many like people around all the time.
Yeah. And how long do you have them for?
We got him yesterday, and I think we have him till Wednesday or Thursday.
Oh. So you have a bunch of time with him, so he'll
Yeah,
probably be tired. Your cousin will come back and be like, "Oh, he's very tired."
he's exhausted. Yeah.
So obviously you have the book, and is
Yeah.
there any other hobbies or interests that you have other than the book?
Well, I love reading, which is kind of I find a little bit ironic considering I'm visually impaired, but I'm actually very happy today because I get books from Child Vision Library in Dublin. They like have a large print library. So my large print like books for like reading just myself at home, the delivery came today.
Oh,
Um because I like take books in now the library and stuff, and it comes from Dublin, which is obviously very far away from Kerry. So when it came, I was like, oh my God, I was after taking the dog for a walk and I came back and I was like, they were at the front door and I was like, oh my God, yay, my books are here.
mm,
But I love reading. I like going for walks. Like I live in a really nice town, so there's like a river walk, so it's a nice walk around the town. And I I love listening to music as well, and um I like cycling, but it's as my vision isn't it's not progressive, visual impairment is supposed to stay the same, but when I was 11, it got worse, and nobody really knows why. And after that, I kind of got a bit nervous around cycling, so I just cycle around kind of the front of my estate because I know that off by heart in my head. So I know I know everything, so I know I'm not going to
Yeah.
crash.
Yeah, so did you learn that from camp? No, we didn't go cycling when we were at camp, did we?
I think it was the year after it was your last year. My group went cycling that year and last year, but I got a brilliant opportunity. I got to do tandem cycling, and it was the funnest thing ever. I loved it so much because you kind of have the freedom and the fun of cycling without having to worry of, oh my God, I don't know where I'm going. I'm not good with directions.
Mm.
And you just kind of like, it's like, yeah, the person on the front is doing like all the what your eyes should do. And I just get to have fun back here
Mm.
and be like the spare engine.
Yeah.
And so I don't have a tandem bike of my own, but when I do get a chance to go tandem biking, it's really, really fun. So
Mm. I think the last year I was at camp, we did the tandem cycling because we also did the walk around the park, did we not?
yeah, I was in the younger group, so that year I was doing the park run, but this year and last year since I was in the older groups, we did the cycling while the younger groups were doing the park run.
And which one did you prefer, the park run or the tandem?
Definitely the tandem cycling. It was really, really good. And this year we actually got to try trikes.
Oh,
They were like almost they remind me of a thing I had when I was younger. Have you ever heard of like a green machine?
yeah, I think I have.
Yeah, we had one of those when I was younger and I loved it so much. And a trike is literally like a professional version of that. And it was like, you had like your kind of handles. It was kind of like a cross between driving and cycling. And you were like actually like there was a full chair in it, like, and it
Oh,
was so
really?
much fun. And we could go so fast in them. So it was really, really good.
But you wouldn't want to go too fast in case you'd crash into something because you never know
Yeah.
where a pole might be or a bush or.
It was actually very handy though, the volunteers that had come to help us that day with the cycling, or like the workers of like Kilfinane, they walked around with us, kind of beside us, so they were able to obviously like guide us and say, look, oh, go left, go right, so we
Mhm,
could go fast. And they were like trying to keep up with us, going like, oh yeah,
mhm.
go this way, go that way, like.
Yeah, and just for in case people do not know, what is camp?
So camp is also known as Camp Abilities is a residential camp for visually impaired kids between the ages of 10 to 14, and it goes on for 4 nights and 5 days during Easter. And any sport you can think of we do at camp,
Mhm.
and it's all adapted to our needs, and you get to stay in like dorm rooms with your friends, and like and it's run by volunteers, but such a wonderful place to go to. Like anyone that has the opportunity to go, I would 100% recommend going. I went for it was like 5 6 years,
Mhm.
and I loved it so much because it's just this space where you feel so included, and you're not like the person you're like while like trying to access sports, especially when I'm in Kerry, I'm so far away from all the accessible
Yeah.
sports. So like I'm actually very lucky at the moment. This is one of my hobbies as well. I started kayaking with Panability,
Oh.
and I've loved that. And I actually figured out that I loved kayaking through camp because you try every sport you can think of,
Mm.
and it's really you make memories there for life. So anyone that can go, I would definitely say 100% go.
Yeah, and totally there was no showers had at 3 a.m. in the morning in the first year.
Yeah, we're just not going to talk about that.
Death. But yeah, because you were a day camper the first year.
Yeah, so I was kind of a little bit nervous, kind of like staying away from home for the first time. And like I will say my mom was great that year for the day camper, because when I was a day camper, because I know with other day campers, they come a bit later and they leave a bit earlier. But with me, so my mom was like, you're going to get the full experience. I was there like waiting for you in the canteen when you came down, and I didn't leave until you had literally gotten into bed. So
Mm.
I was literally, the only thing I wasn't there for was sleeping. It was But then I got up the courage to stay overnight the next year, and I
Yeah,
stayed overnight for several years after that. I think though definitely the day camper was a great experience because it kind of eased me into it.
yeah. Well, so you'd recommend doing the day camper and a bit of work.
I think it depends on the kid, to be honest. Like some kids can go off at 10 and go, oh, I'm gonna stay here and whatever. But like I had never really gone on like sleepovers to say like, so I wasn't really used to being away from home. So anyone that's kind of a little bit nervous about being away from home, I definitely recommend the
Yeah,
day camper for a year, even just so that you realize what it's like. And actually, as a day camper, you nearly want, can I stay? Like,
yeah.
please. And then you're like, definitely next year I'm staying. Yeah.
Because we had the mattress for you in the door.
Yeah, I remember you were like, "This is your vacation." I just used to leave all my stuff there. So
Mm.
it was so funny. Oh my gosh.
No, because we wrote your name on the door, and you were like, okay, there we go. That's hers now.
Yeah,
Because I remember it was me, you, Lily, I think. Yeah, Cara was there. Was that it? It was just
Tara, yeah,
me, you, Lily, and Cara.
yeah. Oh, and no, the other Lily as well.
Oh yeah, Lily Welton.
Yeah,
Oh yeah. Oh, I have not seen her in ages.
yeah. That it's like it was so long ago. And you think like I'm 15 in like a month and a half, and like I was 10 then. Like it was like, oh my god, like
Hmm.
it's crazy to think how long ago it was.
Because I'm 16 since March, and I would have started camp when I was like 12, I think.
I think it was, yeah.
That's scary. I was in
I
sixth class when I
know.
started camp. Or I think I was. I was either in fifth or sixth class. Hmm.
Yeah, because I think you were 2 years older than me, and I was in fourth class. So.
Hmm. That is scary to think about.
Yeah. Now I'm going into third year.
Oh, but junior's her year.
Yeah.
How do you feel about it?
Um, to be honest, I think I was a lot really nervous, but I'm starting to feel a little bit less nervous. I'm more just scared for the mocks, obviously, when you don't have modified papers
Yeah.
or large print or online or anything.
Mhm.
So the mocks are going to be a struggle, but I think once I get them over and done with, I think I'll be okay with actual junior cert.
Yeah, because for me, the mocks and the mock results and the junior cert results were definitely a big jump because
Yeah.
we obviously geography, I didn't get a map, so we
Yeah,
need to
I
make
do. I have geography as well, and I'm so nervous for the mocks for geography with all like the maps. Now I've brilliant SNAs, so like they'll help me with it, but like I'm just gonna be going into the exam terrified for the maps.
One thing I definitely recommend is make sure your computer is working because for my Irish exam, little funny story. You know how in Irish we have the fathers to go over the
Yeah.
letters? Basically, every time I tried to do the father, the like laptop shut down completely, and I had to put in the
Oh
password
my
and
god.
everything again and
Oh my
restart it.
god.
So make sure you get a test run of the computer before you do
Yeah,
anything.
definitely. I'm
And
actually I'm allowed to use my assistive technology for it, but what they're doing is they're like opening like a separate account on it so that they don't have to wipe it then. But I will say definitely like with the fadas and like the different like accents in French
yeah.
is such a struggle. In Irish, it's not too bad with the fadas, but in French, there's all these little weird symbols and
Mhm.
the keyboard doesn't do them. So then you're like trying to figure out like how do I draw them in? Do I like get like the touchpad keyboard on the screen and try
Mhm.
and find them like
What system are you using for the typing?
I'm using a Mercury 13 at the moment, which unfortunately is broken
Oh
currently.
no.
So we're after about a week or two ago, we shipped it off to England to see if they can fix it before I go back to school. It's I will say the idea of the Mercury 13 is brilliant. I've been using the system since I was in third class, and I've had different versions of it as I've gone up through the years, but it does break a lot. And I think that's why a lot of assistive technology, they're not really built to last.
Yeah. So the what we use Microsoft Word, and
Oh yeah. Yeah, I
basically
use that on the Mercury, yeah.
what you can do is you can go into insert and you can find the different symbols there. So where you go, there's home, there's insert, where you can insert pictures. You could also insert symbols.
I
And
didn't know that.
so basically, where you can insert pictures, on that same tab, you can insert symbols into the text. So you can load up the different symbols that you need before the exam, and you could just click and drag before it without searching them up.
Okay, I will definitely be using that. Thank you so much.
Of course. So this is probably my second favorite part of the podcast. It is question of the day. Did I tell you about this?
I know that there's a question of the day, but I don't know what it is.
Oh, someone's been watching the podcast.
Okay, yeah.
So last week's question of the day, I have it up here. That's why I'm looking to the side just to find it. But so it was, what does inclusion mean to you, and what can make you feel truly accepted? So we have a few of the answers. So Scott said, inclusion to me is being able to be the real me where I'm not judged by anyone and not having to change myself just so the people will like me and where I feel safe. Then Olivia, this is Camp Olivia,
Yeah.
when I can actually do PE.
That is so relatable.
And then Lily, I can't remember which Lily this was, but I feel accepted when what we're doing is accessible, or if needed, I have accommodation that isn't obvious.
Yeah,
And
these are all very good answers.
Sammy said, to me, inclusion means creating an environment where everyone has a genuine opportunity to belong, contribute, and feel and can be respected, not just being invited into the norm or into the room, but having their voices heard and valued.
These are all like really, really good answers.
What would you say?
I I think that like a lot of like my answer has been said by other people, but it would definitely be like if there's a thing that I know I need because of my disability and it's already done. Kind of like it's like a kind of camp and you go there and you don't have to ask or say, "Oh, I'm sorry, I can't see this. Can we do this, this and that to figure out how I can do it instead?" Or like say, "Oh, can we change this?" Or like, "Can we figure out together?" While like if it's already done, it's really nice. Or else if it's like a teacher or a coach, if they're all like, okay, we can work together till we figure this out. Like they don't make you feel like you're being like a burden for asking for help, and like they make you feel like it's like your disability doesn't like slow them down, if that makes any sense.
Yeah. Do you want to know what this week's question of the day is? So you get the first answer.
Oh, okay.
What do you think people could do to raise more awareness for the different walks of life?
I I think like okay, I'm thinking. Um, I think that like people need to like talk to each other more, if that
Yeah.
makes sense.
Hmm.
Like, and not to be afraid to like say if something's like wrong and like people be able to like work together to figure things out. Or like people honestly people need to talk to each other more. Like
Yeah.
and because I feel like definitely to create awareness about absolutely anything, and I definitely found that when I was trying to like sell the book is
Yeah.
really talking to each other, because like sometimes people like want information about things but they're too afraid to ask, or they feel like it's uncomfortable to ask. So when like people go like talk to each other about it and like figure out things together and like really work together, then it can make a huge difference.
Yeah. So you can, these people that are watching, that means you people that are watching this, whether it be on YouTube or Spotify or any podcast app, I cannot remember, because they grab my link from the website that I used to upload the podcast, so I don't know where you can find it. So far, I think YouTube, Spotify, iHeart, and Apple Music. That's all I can think of so far. But you can get your answers in to thewetandfolded@gmail.com with the subject line episode 9, question of the day, answer. So you can DM me your answer at the Wet and Folded or send it to my email. Obviously not you, because you didn't
Yeah.
give me your answers. It kind of felt like I was telling you to do that. Okay, Katie,
Okay.
this is my favorite part of the podcast.
Okay.
So, you know how you said you were very big into music?
Okay. Let me guess, is my favorite song.
Your top three favorite songs at the moment.
I'm sorry, I like to put the words out your mouth there. Um, okay. This is really hard to choose because I love so many songs.
Mhm.
But I'd say at the moment it's probably Boston by Stella Lefty.
Ooh,
Um, what's it called? Hey Brother by Avicii.
yes.
And how to pick a third one? Oh, Bloodline by Alex Warren.
Ooh, that's a good one. I've never heard this.
Yeah.
I've only ever heard Fever Dream and Ordinary. I know, very boring from me, but
Yeah, I love Alex Warren.
Hmm. Now, the question to finish off part one is if you could tell anyone about yourself that they may not know already, what would it be?
Mm, I feel like I'm a pretty open book, but like, um, I guess probably I not really sure if this answers the question properly, but I try to hide my like sometimes I try to hide how I struggle with my visual impairment. And I think that people like go like, oh my god, she's so independent and she's like, she's able to figure everything out and work by herself. But I guess a big thing is a lot of time behind that I can be struggling
Yeah.
and I'm just way too stubborn to ask for help.
Yeah.
And I guess like with trying to be so like independent, sometimes people can forget that you still struggle a lot with your disability and you kind of put it on this kind of front. So I guess I kind of like people to know that, my with my disability I have bad days as well, and I'm not always really independent, and sometimes even though I don't ask for it, sometimes I do need help.
Yeah. So, yeah. Katie, you won't believe it, but you know how I said part one would be 10 minutes?
Yeah.
We've kind of gone 15 minutes over.
Oh, sorry. I'm
No,
a bit of
it's
a
not your
chatterbox.
fault. It's the best thing because we got too into the conversation. But that's
Yeah.
that's a really good thing for me. So thank you for that.
Yeah.
Um, so what I'm thinking, 10-minute break, come back for part two,
Yeah.
and where we will talk about your amazing book and your journey with that.
Yeah.
10 minutes later.
And we're back. Welcome to part two, folks. And now we are going to be talking about this amazing book I've heard so much about. So, do you want to introduce the book for us?
Okay, so in I was in when I was in second year, well, only a few months ago, there's this thing called the Student Enterprise Program. And it's where different people from across Ireland in different schools, they make a business idea
Mm-hmm.
and they create this business and then they get to county finals, and if they come first in their category in county finals, they get to All Ireland's in Mullingar. So I always had this kind of thing in the back of my head that I wanted to kind of give back.
Mm-hmm.
And when one of my teachers in school said, "Oh, you should do the student enterprise program," and I was like, "Oh, I don't really know what I would do for it."
Mm-hmm.
And then they said to me, "When you were starting in first year, we had no idea what to expect." And then I was just like, let's see if I can do something about that. So then I came up with Eyes for All, which is a book about accessibility in education for blind and visually impaired students. It has three sections. The first section is for teachers and SNAs, offering helpful tips on how to be inclusive to a visually impaired child in a classroom, or how to make a school more accessible to a visually impaired or blind student. And it just like it's I'd say I'm just checking now. It's it's around kind of 9-10 pages long, the teacher section, and it has a whole world range of tips in those few pages. And then the second section is for visually impaired or blind students.
Mm-hmm.
It offers like helpful tips on how to prepare, I guess, for primary school or secondary school, kind of what to expect and kind of almost the do's and don'ts of like, this is what I need to be prepared for. How can I prepare for this? And then I guess it goes into the way of about talking about your visual impairment and breaking that kind of awkward barrier. And it's like, as a visually impaired person, it's very hard to access an equal education
Yeah.
to fully sighted people, as you would know.
Yeah.
So I kind of wanted to help with that. And then the third section is optional when purchasing. It's the Braille version of the second section to keep it accessible to everybody.
Hmm. And how did you make the Braille section? Do you read and write Braille yourself, or?
I'm learning it at the moment. I guess that was another benefit that I really had from the book. I saw how Braille helps people, and I was kind of like, this would be something that I would be interested in learning. So I began learning that. But how I got the Braille printed was actually true. I mentioned them in the first half, was Child Vision Library in Dublin. They have a boarding school for visually impaired and blind students, and they print Braille. And they were very kind to translate the book into Braille for me. And then they printed I think it was the first 15 or 20. And then after that, they referred me to our Braille, which is actually a Braille printing service in Harbour Hill Prison. They as they get, you hear of like in prisons they get different people to do different jobs. So one of the things they actually made in Harbour Hill Prison in Dublin is the inmates learn how to print Braille. They learn
Oh.
how to use the machines. So the and it's actually more sustainable as well, which was very helpful in the project, because it's very sustainability based.
Hmm.
Because what it actually is I know I can't see it, but other people can. Is it's printed double sided. It's printed through interpoint printing, so I can feel it here. Like, it's printed on both sides of the page,
Hmm.
so that it's using less pages, which is better for the environment.
Yeah. So how did you write the book? Did you type it first?
Yeah, I typed it up. So I guess when I decided I was going to write the book, it was like before Christmas, I think, this year. And I came home to my mom and I was just like, yeah, I've decided I'm going writing a book. And she was just like, kind of didn't really know what to say. Because, like, being an author was something I always aspired to be. But I guess, really, parent anticipates for their 14-year-old to come home and go, yeah, I'm writing a book anyway. So then it was over I thought it would take me ages, and then I just said, you know what? I was on Christmas holidays from school, so I said, you know what? I'm gonna lock in now, and I'm gonna write the book. And I'd say I was up in my room at my desk for about 2 or 3 days straight, and then at the end of that, I came down, I was like, Mom, the book's written.
And how did you get it published then?
So, Walsh Colour Prints, it's a printing factory in Cass Island, the town I live in. And they were very kind to, obviously, now it wasn't free, like, it's a business idea. So, you put your income into the business and, hopes it will be successful and you'll get what back from what you put in. But I was very lucky that I got sponsorship for the printing, because my business teacher said, look, it'll look really good if you can get like other businesses on board. So my two uncles, they both have their own. So the two people that, one second, I can actually show you here, that sponsored the book was my two uncles. So one is Shukru Design,
Hmm.
which is he's an architect, and the other is Farnes Construction, so a building company. So they sponsored the printing, which I was very lucky with. And I guess kind of publishing, I didn't really go to a publisher as such. I was more kind of like, once it was printed and you had the big box of books, I printed about 100 books,
Oh.
and you had the big box of books, and you were just kind of like you were getting different people to advertise you and say, this is for sale. And actually, as time went on, I was selling to different places and things, and I actually got my book. It's now in a few Kerry libraries, which I'm now a published author in Kerry libraries. So I guess that does kind of, I guess I kind of published it then, but it was kind of, that was more kind of towards the end of like the business idea, kind of like was more towards like recently.
Yeah.
But I guess kind of was more just advertising it and see who would buy it.
Because I did my TY work experience in a book workshop here in Sligo. So if you ever needed to get it published anywhere else, I have contacts there if you ever wanted to get it out there.
I might be ringing you about that.
Yeah, because I did my work experience at a place called the Book Nest. So they
Yeah.
distribute books to different libraries. I remember I was packaging audiobooks and scanning them in and sending them off to the
Oh,
different schools
that
and
sounds
different
really
libraries.
interesting.
So I had to stack big boxes of books and sort them into the different piles in different counties. And I didn't know that Cork had two sections to it. It has Cork County and Cork City. So
Oh yeah, that can confuse a lot of people.
and then Dublin, I think, was split into five different areas. So that
Yeah,
was very confusing.
yeah, Dublin's split into a lot of areas.
Like Dublin 1 to like, I can't remember how many there was, but there
Yeah,
was definitely a lot. And we had a lot of ones going, I can't remember, a lot of them went to Dublin and Cork. And then a
yeah.
lot went to like Carlow and Louth and places like that. So yeah, if you ever do need like anywhere to go, I'll try and get something sorted.
Thank
Because
you.
they work with places like Penguin and I can't remember who else, but I know Penguin was definitely one of them. So yeah,
That's very cool.
so I can get you sorted there. How did the competitions go? The enterprise.
So I was kind of like doing the competition was more of like a plus side to it. And I was inside in the Kerry County finals and I actually won two awards inside there. I
Oh
didn't it's
really?
actually yeah, I didn't expect to win anything. I was like, yeah, this is a great experience and whatever. But they have you have like your table, like you'd see it on the news for like young
Mhm.
scientists and stuff. So
Yeah.
you'd have your table and I had like the books obviously and then I had different things to show different people about like things that we use in our everyday lives. Like I had canes, I had my assistive technology, I had braille, I had a tennis ball with a bell in it, I had a tether, I had the different tips for the canes, and it was really a really interactive day. Like you had so many people trying canes and trying braille, and they were trying everything, and everyone was loving it. And I met so many people there, and it was a brilliant experience. But I didn't expect to win anything. And next thing, I was sitting there, and they were talking about when they were handing out the awards. Everyone was kind of staying at their table while they were like explaining it, and then they call up the person that had won. And they were explaining about this thing called social enterprise. I didn't even know that it was an award on the day. And then they called out my name and the business, and I was like, "Oh my god, I didn't expect it at all."
Right.
And so I won that, and then which was out of all the categories, and then I won first place in the intermediate for second years. So that means I got on to the All Irelands in Mullingar. I never thought I would get to the All Irelands. And Mullingar, it was such an amazing experience. Like you went in and it was like set up brilliantly, and there was like you really don't get a break in the day. There's people constantly coming up to the table, and everyone's so interested. And I remember then they have all the seats laid out, and there's a big, huge stage, and we were all just sitting there as they were handing out the awards. And it was one of the very first ones. They said that this it was called the Shining Star Award. It's the Greg Fry Memorial Award because Greg Fry, I don't know too much about him, but he used to organize the finals, and unfortunately passed away last year just before the finals. So this year they made an award in memory of him.
Mhm.
So I was really honored when I got called because I had been told that I had been shortlisted for it because you have judges that come around and interview you on the day. And three judges came to me, and then it's only three judges, but a fourth judge came, and I didn't know there was a fourth judge. But turns out this fourth judge was for the Shining Star Award. And when I got called up, oh my god, I was so shocked, and I'm so honored that it was given to me because like I'm the first person ever to receive this award, and it was out of all the categories. I was absolutely shocked, and like and now anytime I see the trophy at home, I'm like, oh my god, I still can't believe that I won it.
You'll have to send me some photos and videos of the thing so I can upload and show people what
Yeah,
you
I'll
mean.
send you a picture of all the trophies.
Oh, yes, please, because then I can give people something to visualize and
Yeah.
See. So what came after that then? After nothing really, or did something go after?
Well, well, it kind of, to be honest, especially like even after the county finals, like I I was interviewed on Radio Kerry twice after the county finals, and then on the way up to national finals, I was actually, now it hasn't come out yet, but I was interviewed on a podcast called Education on the Margins,
Oh.
and it's done by two professors, and they go around to schools, and they, like, with the trainee teachers, they're the ones that come in to like inspect the trainee teachers. So they said when they were so involved with education, they kind of created this podcast about different people, about like education on the wider spec, not just school. So they were very good with the podcast, and I'm excited for that to come out as well.
Mhm.
And then I also, to advertise the book, I gave talks in local primary schools, and local primary schools around the area. A load of them bought the book,
Mhm.
and I had a lot of support online from my school, from Vision Sports Ireland, Vision Ireland, Child Vision Ireland,
Mhm.
fake, like everybody was so supportive. And I definitely think that winning in Kerry and winning in Mullingar definitely gave advertisement boost for the book. Like I had emails pouring in like, oh, can I buy this, and I've actually sold it like all across Ireland. I've had books going up to Dublin. Like actually there's a lot of books that went to Dublin, and like I've had them going to all over the place, Wicklow, Wexford. So it really, everyone has been so supportive.
Yeah, I need to get a book. I have had tried to save up to get a book. So
I have no Sligo purchases yet, so I'll have to
I'll
add
be
that.
the first. I'll be the first.
Yeah, you'll be the
Yay.
first.
So where can people get the book? Speaking of the getting the book.
So the book is on sale for €15, and the Braille is then optional. There's no additional cost for the Braille, and then there's no additional cost for the postage as well, because I like to keep it accessible to everybody.
Hmm.
And so you can really just, main way that I've been selling it is everybody just emails me at the email I gave you, which is katiemaywalsh@gmail.com. So if anyone wants to buy it, just send me an email, and we can post it out to you. And
Yeah.
then for purchasing wise, for like payment methods, I accept cash and Revolut through my mom's Revolut, because obviously I understand for people that are far away, cash can be a bit complicated, like.
Yeah.
And yeah, and I'm also actually at the moment, because of as I said, I did kayaking with Panability, that has given me a platform now. I'm selling the book digitally for a tenner. I
Oh.
haven't sold any digital books yet, because they've only just been announced that I'm selling them digitally, because it's Panability, they have contacts with all different clubs across Kerry. So they sent out an email to all the different clubs talking about my book and saying that if anyone wants to buy one, to let me know. So I'm waiting to hear back. So if digital is what you want, I also have that available.
Well, that's actually handy. And what you need to do, I think, is try and get audio versions if you can, like audio
Yeah,
versions of the book.
yeah. I think I might be able to figure that out. I still kind of trying to figure out the digital, since I haven't sold one
Yeah.
yet. But I'm trying. Like, I only have, I think I have about 9 hard copies left, 8 out of the 100. So sales have really been great. But then with the Braille, if anyone, like, if you're a Braille user, if you want to get the digital version, I can send you the Braille as well as the digital, because I have, I'd say, about 20, or between 20 25 Braille. So I have loads of Braille if anybody
Yeah.
wants that as well.
So is the Braille just the second section or is it the first section as well?
It's just the second section, because I kind of figured when I was writing it that the teacher section would be better for the teachers. But I will say, though, if it is something that people want to read the teacher section, because I do actually say in the student section that you would benefit from reading the teacher section, because if you show this to your teachers, this is what the information that they are learning from it. At the moment, it's more just getting like maybe a better, if it's a child that's ordering it, maybe just better getting a parent to read it.
Yeah.
But I will look into ways at making that more accessible.
Because I think I haven't really heard from visually impaired teachers yet. And I wondered if there was any out there because I myself want to be a primary school teacher and I haven't seen any visually impaired teachers yet.
I
So,
haven't seen any visually impaired teachers yet, but if I do meet one, I'll let you know. I think you'll be a really good primary school teacher.
well, thank you. What do you want to be when you're older? An author or?
An author, yeah.
Hmm.
Um, like I guess at the moment it's an author. Now with me, I change my mind every 10 seconds, but that's kind of the thing that's been very prominent since I was younger. I've always wanted to be an author and always like wanted to write like fantasy novels and things.
Hmm.
So like I definitely think the book was a great experience, and I would definitely, I think I, when, not now, but when I'm older, I will definitely, I think I will write books like it again.
Hmm.
But I kind of like at the moment, it's school and everything, but I definitely think I will, there will be a second edition hopefully when I'm
Hmm.
older.
What I'm thinking about doing is I'm thinking about organizing something around, how we were saying with the mocks, how they don't have the modified. I'm
Yeah.
thinking about starting like not a protest, what's the other word? A petition to try and get people to sign it to
Oh,
get
I
modified mocks.
I will 100% support that.
So I'll try and get that up on my Instagram soon. But yeah, that is something I'll definitely be starting.
Yeah, and
Because
I will be of help.
because what's the point in doing mocks if we're not used to the modified?
Yeah, like I think something that, like they said to me, oh, like with your exams next year, try and get as many, like the exams just in class, try and get as many modified as possible.
Hmm.
But like with subjects like, let's say the main one is maths, they pick and choose what year what they put in and what they don't put in. And with, like, let's say with science and geography, the maps and the diagrams are fully taken out. But with maths, they put in like simplified versions.
Yeah, that's what I wasn't expecting. That, so I barely passed maths. I got like an achieved because I
But
wasn't expecting to get anything in my
but
maths.
but like I don't get that, because like what if, I know with me I still have functional vision, but like what if you're fully blind? How are you supposed to see like the simplified version of a graph? Like
Mhm.
with my visual impairment, nystagmus is part of it, and the lines just kind of blend into each other
Same
with
here.
my
Same here. Like, what is the point?
yeah, like I'm probably gonna fail that part, but like it's okay.
Me
I'll just have
too.
to I'll make up for it on the other parts that I can actually see.
Yeah. So that is kind of annoying in a way that
Yeah,
we have to work harder in the mock to get a good mock
yeah.
result to get a good junior cert.
But like I even think with the mocks, the majority of people don't do good in their mocks. And
Mm.
I knew even as a visually impaired, even if I wasn't visually impaired, I probably still wouldn't do great in them because they purposely make them harder than the junior cert. But what I don't understand is how am I supposed to be prepared for something if I've never practiced it before?
Yeah, because in my, how you were saying with the modified, they give samples out.
Yeah.
They had sent us exams from 2016, 2015, 2014, and years
Oh my
like
god.
that. But because they changed the exams after COVID, so we didn't do the first and second paper, like we didn't have paper one, paper two in any subjects. But these exams had come in paper one and paper two. So they were just getting scrambled, they were getting lost, and they kept breaking for some weird reason.
Do have a few examples, but mine are a lot more up to date. I think I'm 23, 24. But what I find annoying is like, when you have exam papers in school, like
Hmm.
you have like the actual book of like, the science exam papers, like it comes in a physical book.
Yeah.
Why couldn't we get that in modified? Why can't they make a book that's all the modified exams for the past, like, I don't know, 4 years
Hmm.
in one book? Like, we'd actually be prepared for subjects like maths then. because we could have a little bit of an idea of what we're getting ourselves into, like.
Yeah, that's something I'll petition for as well. Starting all the petitions.
We're,
Hopefully.
we're getting a list here.
So what do we need? We need modified papers in actual good modified papers. And what else do we need? We need modified papers in like a book. Because, yeah, they do have the Edco and examinations.ie, don't they?
Yeah, but like I'd like it in a physical book as well.
Me too. And they're very hard to find, the like hard
The
copies.
modified
Yeah.
ones. The modified ones are so like hard to find because like
Yeah.
I I think I only have one modified for maths, like
Mm.
example. Like I think it's from 2024. But like why can't I have like four? And even if I had like four practices ones, I'd actually like be able to print them and then like practice myself.
Yeah.
I'm gonna ask my visiting teacher about that. She's really nice, so I'm sure she'll be able to figure it out.
Mm. Because in my maths, they were all working off exam papers in the last year
Yeah,
for the junior cert, and I couldn't do what they were doing because I didn't have modified papers in that year. So they were
yeah.
doing papers of 2021 or something like that. I couldn't do it because guess what? I did not have them modified.
Like something that like annoys me like a little as well is like I still have to learn all the graphs in maths, even though I can't see them. I have
Yeah,
to learn everything surrounding them and all the different diagrams and the angles and all that stuff. Even though I can't see what I'm doing, I still have to learn them because I don't know if a simplified version will come up.
yeah,
And then, like you say, oh, well, I have to learn this, but they're like, you're learning the same amount as everyone else. But learning one small thing that's easy for someone else, like a graph, is 10 times harder for people like us.
yeah,
So, like,
exactly.
it feels like it's like 10 times more the workload because it takes so much longer to understand when you can't actually physically see what's happening, like, you
Mm.
know?
Yeah, and the book version will be so much more easier as well because then you're
Yeah.
not carrying papers upon papers upon papers upon papers.
Yeah.
And even with the large print books, no offense to child vision, they're great. But like with subjects like maths or any subjects with like, you know how they do the
Yeah.
table of contents? They have it all scrambled up. So like you
I
can't really find it.
I personally stopped using large print books in I think it was second class. Second it was kind of I kind of eased away from them in second class, but then I fully stopped using them around third, fourth class
Mm-hmm.
because they're like I still order them and like read them at like normal books at home. They're brilliant for at home, but for school books we were told, look, everything has to go to digital. So all of my books are digital, or else I have like part of my assistive technology. It has like a camera underneath it,
Yeah.
so I can like zoom in on it then. But with the large print books, I remember I saw a picture once of this visually impaired person. They were a few years older than me, of their science books for first year, and I think it was 10 volumes.
Exactly
And
my point.
and when I saw that, I said, "Yeah, I think I need to ease away from the large print books."
Because I kept on the large print books because I don't know what I was thinking, but just to have them there because my
Yeah.
laptop broke every few months. I need to get a new laptop. They have one ordered for me, but one time both my laptop and my magnifier broke at the same time. So that was not great for me, and I didn't have any backup. So that's why I kind of need to stay on the large print.
Um, I have with my Mercury, I will say the actual physical screen where like all the books are and the copies and whatever, that has touch wood has never broken on me. But the camera breaks all the time, the second screen breaks, the magnifier for underneath breaks, especially when the camera breaks. It's like taking away a non-visually impaired person's eyes from them. It's like I
Yeah.
need my long distance camera.
Because the amount of times that my magnifier has fallen off the table is absolutely insane because people could knock it and it would fall backwards. So that is not great. Like, look, this is a stapler. It would go like that.
Oh my god. Yeah,
So
they break so easily.
they do. And with that, unfortunately, our time has come to an end on the podcast. Very
Aw.
sad. You've been absolutely amazing. I know you were
Oh, thank
nervous
you.
coming on, so thank you so much for agreeing to do this. It's been
I hope I
absolutely.
was okay.
You were amazing. I hope I was okay, and I'm the host of this podcast.
Oh, thank you so much. You were amazing too. Thank you so much for having me.
You're very welcome. Thank you so much for agreeing to these, and thank you for the amazing book and the ideas as well with the petition. So, any last words of wisdom?
Um, I guess kind of just a shout out to everybody who's not visually impaired, or even to anyone like that knows somebody with any type of disability, that like just be patient, be aware, and like don't, if you have a question, don't be afraid to ask, but just remember like small acts of inclusion can make a huge difference. And that's probably it.
So I'll have to get you on again at some point and
I would love
do,
to.
do a huge.
I'm a huge fan.
Oh, thank you so much. I really appreciate that. So, yeah, thank you so much for coming on. Well, in the group chat. In the Kansas Village
Bye.
group chat. Bye.
Bye. I've been Katie, and thank you for listening to my story.